The Missouri Supreme Court earlier this week rejected a bid to strike a question on the November ballot that will ask voters whether there should be a established right to an abortion in the state constitution. So we've seen this in past elections. We've seen it in multiple states in this election. Really important, some would say pivotal ballot measures on whether people should have bodily autonomy or not. And it's obviously incredibly important for people who want to have those rights that they had for every day of their life up until this point. But it's also important for the elections. Probably not in Missouri, but you never know. It could sway things potentially. And I want to give you more details.
A storm is tearing up the digital media industry. Only our audience can save us in these difficult times. Help us reach our goal of 100,000 new members at tyt.com/team.
The 7-member court handed down its one-page ruling less than 3 hours before the state's deadline for printing ballots for absentee voters. So that still seems like you're putting a really rough position on those who have to do the printing. But the ruling capped a furious few days of legal maneuvers as anti-abortion groups and state Republicans made a last-ditch effort to stop the ballot amendment. The 4 anti-abortion advocates who tried to strike the measure said in a statement that the court had, quote, turned a blind eye to their arguments that abortion rights groups did not follow constitutional procedures when they circulated petitions to sponsor the amendment. Quote, the fight continues against the vile forces who have no regard for innocent life. And here's basically what's going on with the measure. So abortion has been illegal in Missouri since a trigger law took effect after Roe fell. The only exceptions are to save the life and health of the mother. Good luck, you're always rolling your dice on whether they'll let you use that in a red state, but okay, it's technically there. Amendment 3 would permit the procedure until fetal viability at about 24 weeks, the point in a pregnancy when a fetus can survive outside the womb. And the vast majority of abortions would take place roughly in that time span. And so it isn't necessarily as expansive as the Roe v. Wade standard previously, but at least you've got a chance, okay? And so apparently the polling is indicating that it should succeed. They're on track to overturn near total ban on abortion according to a new poll. Yes is at 52% to support the ballot measure, no is at 34%. And so it's gonna be on there. And so hopefully one more state, people will have the rights that a civilized land should have. And so that's good. But it does leave me with one quick question, because I keep hearing, maybe you've heard, I heard at the debate, everybody wants it at the state level. Get it out of the federal government, send it back to the courts, put it on the people, okay? And I keep hearing right-wingers saying, like, we're not interested in this. We just want people to vote. We want people, except if we think that they're gonna vote that they should have rights, in which case we'd love it if they wouldn't vote. We'd really love it if they couldn't vote. Why are you blocking this? Now I know they're saying, oh no, it's a procedural thing. They didn't follow the approved thing, which is always how right-wing interests try to destroy these things. But why would you care? Why, okay, they didn't follow the procedure, but wouldn't you like the people to say? I mean, imagine the alternative. Imagine it wasn't on the ballot, and yet it turns out that by a nearly 20-point margin, Missourians want those rights. Wouldn't it be a massive abdication of our political, ethical obligations to strip them of rights, to continue to strip them of rights that they want? Wouldn't that bother you deeply, since all you care is about getting it to the most people possible and not just having the federal government ruling on it? Obviously, all of this is highly sarcastic, and you know what this is about. Putting it to the states is not about making sure that the people can weigh in, particularly when you're trying to stop them from weighing in. It's, well, we don't think we can do it at the federal level, but we can do it in a bunch of the states, so we'll do that. If we can ever do it at the federal level, then screw the states. I don't care about you. We're gonna ban it nationally. That's the only truth in all of this, and they're constantly lying for political reasons. When you click the join button and become a tier 2 member, you get access to all of our weekly top 10 lists. What are you waiting for?